In California stands Mission San Diego, built in 1769, the first in the famous chain of 21 missions extending northward for over 800 miles from San Diego to Sonoma. The purpose of these missions was to bring the Catholic Christian faith to the Indians and provide living accommodations for the weary traveler along the mission trail. I was responsible for the construction of the first 9 of these picturesque institutions. Each mission is about 30 to 40 miles apart, traveling on foot, as the Padres usually traveled, but as people now travel in comfortable automobiles, it averages roughly an hour or 2 from mission to mission. Let us head out on the highway with our guide, author Christian Clifford, who walked the California Mission Trail in the footsteps of those who blazed the trail before him, indigenous, Spanish, and mestizo.
The road that historically connected the missions is known as El Camino Real, or the King's Highway, and it follows the old mission trail that was blazed by the sandaled feet of Junipero Serra. Next up is San Luis Rey, the king of the missions, founded in 1798. During its heyday, over 60,000 cattle roamed its vast land holdings, and 3,000 Indians labored in the surrounding fields. Father Antonio Perry was its pastor for over 33 years. Arguably, the mission's greatest claim to fame was the mission Indian Pablo Toc, who went to Rome to study for the priesthood and whose writings are the earliest from a California Indian. San Juan Capistrano is famous for the annual Flight of the Swallows. Founded in 1776 by St. Junipero Serra, the grounds include the Serra Chapel, built in 1782, the only original California mission church still standing, in which the friar from Majorca is known to have celebrated the sacraments. This is Mission San Gabriel, founded in 1771. When the Padres were seeking the site for this mission, they were suddenly surrounded by a band of hostile Indians. Fearing an attack, one of the friars unfurled a banner of the Virgin Mary and held it up to the gaze of the Indians, who were so overcome that they threw down their weapons and immediately offered peace to the Padres in exchange for the miraculous banner of the Virgin. Also of note is the baptismal font brought from Spain in 1771 and still in use. San Fernando Mission, a few miles north of Los Angeles in the valley of the same name, is a good example of Spanish architecture. Founded in 1797, eventually more than 1,100 Indians lived at this mission. The present church is a replica of the one completed in 1806. Mission San Buenaventura was founded on Easter Sunday in 1782 and was within 10 years of its founding one of the most flourishing settlements in California. It was the 9th and last mission founded during St. Junipero Serra's lifetime, and one of 6 he personally dedicated. Mission Santa Barbara is a superb example of the combined efforts of Spanish engineering, Indian labor, and Mexican artisans. It is the only California mission with 2 bell towers and to be continuously in the hands of the Franciscan order since its founding. It was founded on December 4th, 1786, the feast day of Saint Barbara, Virgin and Martyr. Beyond the coast is the Mission Santa Ynez, founded in a valley that is one of the most fertile and beautiful spots in California. Since 1804, this adobe has graciously watched the comings and going of generations. Since 1924, the old mission has been a parish shepherded by the Capuchin Franciscan friars. A short distance over the hills, the Franciscan friars founded La Purísima Concepción. Founded in 1787 on the feast day of the Immaculate Conception of Mary, the Most Pure. The mission and its grounds are a state park today. It was reconstructed by the Civilian Conservation Corps, part of President Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal program. Next, one enters the Valley of the Bears and is soon at Mission San Luis Obispo, established in 1772. This mission prospered and became famous because of the fact that it was here that tiles were first manufactured by Franciscans and Chumash Indians. Not long after, to prevent fires, all the missions used red tile roofs. A good example of the red tile roof can be seen at Mission San Miguel. Fire wasn't the only concern. Nearly destroyed in the 2003 San Simeon earthquake, the church reopened in 2009. The mission's appearance today is much the same as when it was founded. On July 14, 1771, St. Junipero Serra established Mission San Antonio, naming it in honor of the Franciscan St. Anthony of Padua. The Padres there lived and worked with the Salinan Indian converts. The mission is located next door to the largest military base in area west of the Mississippi River, Fort Hunter Liggett. Mission Nuestra Señora de la Soledad is the furthest inland mission, some 30 miles from the Pacific. In 2000, the mission pressed its first harvest from 12 olive trees. Not since mission secularization in the 1830s had any mission produced its own sacramental oil. From the beginning of its history, it has truly been a mission of seclusion and solitude. The next stop is an important landmark beautifully situated in Carmel Valley. St. Junipero Serra founded Mission San Carlos Borromeo in Monterey in 1770. It was moved to the current location in Carmel just over a year later. While in Carmel, pilgrims from all over the world visit the grave of the first Father President of the California Missions. Next is San Juan Bautista, founded on the feast day of St. John the Baptist in 1797. Known as the Mission of Music, the church has had an unbroken succession of pastors from its foundation. Scenes in Hitchcock's Vertigo were filmed at the mission in 1957. Father Fermin Francisco de la Suen founded Mission Santa Cruz in 1791. It was here in 1812 that Father Andres Quintana was killed. Over a 52-year period, 142 Franciscan priests served in the California missions, and 2 were killed. St. Junipero Serra founded Mission Santa Clara de Asís in 1777. It was the first mission in California named after a woman, and is located on the campus of Santa Clara University. Mission San Jose, located in the present-day city of Fremont, was founded in 1797 at the site of the Ohlone village of Oroysam. By 1831, 1,886 mission Indians called it home. In 1776, Serra's student from Majorca, Father Francisco Palau, consecrated Mission San Francisco de Asís. The current building was completed in 1791, making it the oldest intact mission and the oldest structure in the city and county of San Francisco. Ohlonian Indian designs decorate the ceiling. In 1817, Father Vicente Francisco de Sarria founded Mission San Rafael Archangel. Due to its good weather, it was initially founded as an assistencia or submission to care for the sick Indians from Mission San Francisco de Asís. Archangel Raphael is the supreme healer in the angelic realm, and whose chief role is to support, heal, and guide in matters involving health. In 1823, Mission San Francisco Solano, located in Sonoma, was the last to be established and the only one under Mexican governance. At its peak in 1832, there were nearly 1,000 mission Indians from Miwok, Pomo, Patwin, and Wapo tribes. St. Junipero Serra was the man who first blazed the trail of Christianity in California, and in doing so, brought with him the more temporal seeds that were planted in the soil to come forth as the Golden State's first oranges, lemons, figs, olives, grapes, livestock, and wheat. In his missionary journeys, St. Junipero Serra traversed an estimated 24,000 miles to share the gospel message, much of it on foot and in pain. Pope Francis's description of him as a great evangelizer is apropos. It is no wonder that he is revered by the Catholic Church as a beloved saint, the holy man of the Mission Trail. For more information about me and my work, visit Missions 1769.